static stretches that I will typically do. Right after I finish foam rolling, I will do my static stretching. Static stretching to me is important. Not only is it going to help you get some good range of motion, you don't have to be ridiculously flexible, but you also don't want to be ridiculously stiff. So, 5 minutes of static stretching I think is a good investment. Typically I'll do that right after I foam roll. The other thing is I was progressing pretty quickly through that. In reality, I would hold each static stretch for anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds typically. If you were just trying to improve your flexibility, you would actually want to hold those stretches for even longer. But as far as something that you might do on a daily basis or to help get you ready for your workouts, just holding those for 15 to 30 seconds is going to be beneficial. In my opinion, it's going to make you less likely to get injured when you are doing whatever exercise session that you had planned. Static stretching has gotten a bad rap because there's quite a body of research that shows that for 5 to 7 minutes after you static stretch, you're temporarily going to be able to generate a little bit less speed and power, right? And that's a fact. However, don't interpret that to mean that static stretching is bad. All that means is that you shouldn't go right from static stretching into a dynamic activity like trying to sprint or generate large amounts of power. All we do is we will follow our static stretching with a dynamic warm-up. And there's been some other research that shows when you do a dynamic warm-up, in other words, getting your body moving, that dynamic warm-up washes away that speed and power deficit, that temporary speed and power deficit that you would have right after you static stretch. So we got to realize, static stretching for most people can be a good thing. If you're already extremely hypermobile in your joints, then you're probably one of those people that doesn't really need to stretch. But for most of us, stretching is going to help you have less chance of being injured, and it's going to be a nice improve your ability to move those joints through a range of motion, which we would call mobility, right? So that passive static stretching is one part in the equation, okay? The video that I'm going to record next is going to be on a more dynamic, active warm-up. So worst case, if you don't have a lot of time, do 5 minutes on the foam roller, do a warm-up, and then do your exercise. Best case, if you have time, do the foam rolling, then do your static stretching, then move into your warm-up and the routine that you're